Loferer, I think that's the, I hope that was the right pronunciation. Welcome, David.
Hello, Timo.
How are you doing? Good?
Yeah, with me, all good. And I just arrived the seconds before the press conference to a beautiful Bad Gastein. It's really like the background of Lisa's picture, a winter wonderland. So it's great to be here and ready for the season that kicks off on Saturday.
And I can see Lisa smiling as well, so everything's ready there. But let's start with you, David. Bad Gastein, why did you pick this place? I mean, it is a new location for ski classics.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we picked the place because I would say it's always a great honor to be able to make an event in such a famous resort as Bad Gastein. So for us, with ski classics, we always try to make the tour go to places where you yourself would like to go to get the experience, from traveling to destinations you would like to be at. So being at Bad Gastein with all of that's extremely famous, of course, in Scandinavia, and Lisa maybe will tell you more, but as I understand, it's more, maybe even more famous in Scandinavia than in Austria. But to be in both the Alps again for the prologue and being in Bad Gastein, it feels great. So we really look forward to the races this weekend.
And Lisa, speaking of the races, I mean, how is everything going right now? You guys ready?
We are also very happy and super excited to start the season on Saturday, and everything is in plan right now. We have the perfect conditions. It was snowing 2 days ago, so everything is white and the tracks look just perfect.
And Lisa, what is when you think about ski classics and ski classics coming to your location, what's the sort of the importance of a big, huge tour like this entering your location?
First of all, the main reason was for us to show the world that the Gastein Valley offers the perfect and professional cross-country tracks in the whole valley, and especially the ones in Sportgastein. We are there on 1,600 meters above the sea level, surrounded by the national park. So that's just the best spot to start the season. And also because ski classics stands for professionality, and that suits perfectly to our valley.
And David, once again, a new location to kick off the season, but it'll be an interesting season. Season 14, we kind of skipped the season 13. Overall, what are your expectations? Ski classics, it grows every single year. But when you look upon this upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, of course, we have very exciting with the 35 pro teams, and that we every year is sold out on our pro teams. We have new ones from Germany, new one from many countries around. I think we are in total 15 countries represented with the pro team of the 35, or around that at least. So we have a broad variety of events, which I think is great. I mean, for athletes from different parts of not only Europe, because we have a couple of Australian skiers too, for example, and Chinese in the tour. Yeah, we feel ready for the tour, and for us, what we're going to try this weekend is something a little bit new. We're going to have a team presentation on the main square, or Mariengarten in Bad Gastein. So we're doing a Friday event also here live on YouTube, so everyone can see it if they want, where we presented all the 35 pro teams up on stage. So it'll be a lot of athletes on the stage. It'll be really fun to kick off in a new way. So it will be a prologue before the prologue weekend kicks off really on Saturday.
And speaking of the Saturday's race and the pro team tempo, that format has now established itself, and it's a good platform for the teams to show who they are and so forth. Sort of your take on the importance of that. It's very different from all the other races.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we want to have in the beginning, the first time we did it, we called it our type of press conference, that we actually can have a way to show not only the bigs like Andreas now coming in, but not only the big stars like Andreas, but also the smaller teams have at least one time per year in the spotlight to be able to show them and explain all the work they put down for their teams. So all the 35 teams will be seen. And but also the changes. There's so much happening in the silly season every year with change of athletes from teams, but also from new sponsors, new team names. So it's so much to talk about. So I think the format suits well. And we can ask Andreas maybe later on when you come to him and Teemu, but I think the skiers really like the format too, that it's very, very fun to actually compete once per year together as a team. And maybe it's not as bloody important what the results are. A little bit is because it's prestige to win, being the best team, but still it's a great fun also for the skiers and for all of us involved, including the TV stations broadcasting. I think it's a smooth start for the winter, putting the actors on the stage, explaining all the skiers are out there, and then on Sunday the real first race, we can say, begins. So I think the Protein Tempo has a natural place in our calendar.
Indeed it is, and we can see that the reigning champion Andreas Nygaard has joined us. So David and Lisa, thank you very much for joining us. Good luck for the first weekend. I know it's going to be a brilliant weekend as always, and good luck for the whole season, David, of course.
Thank you, Teemu, and I will jump into YouTube to watch Andreas now.
And Andreas, welcome to our press conference. You are ready. And also a quick reminder to everyone attending this press conference, please keep your cameras shut off, of course, and also microphones muted. And if you have a question for Andreas and also for all the other guests coming up, just raise the hand button. We'll leave some room for your questions towards the end of each block. But Andreas, let's start from what David just said. How do you like the Protein Tempo, and how do you like these prologue events, which are a bit shorter, for you, I guess?
First of all, can you hear me fine, or?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay, because I forgot my headset. But yeah, as David mentioned, I think the team prologue is a really, really nice way to kick off the season. So yeah, looking forward always every year, and it has gotten quite prestigious to be the fastest team, but you need to have both fast girls and men, so it has been challenging at least some years per hour. But yeah, looking forward now, the interest for cross-country skiing is in the roof right now, so it's about time that we are kicking the season off.
And speaking of the season and your shape, I know that you had some problems over the summer and were sick and you couldn't train that much, but how is your shape right now? Are you confident?
Actually, I have been a little bit under the weather now for some days, so caught some virus here some days ago. There have been some other athletes as well. So at the moment, I'm not quite sure how the weekend is gonna be, but the shape was improving before I got sick. So yeah, it's hard to tell right now.
So what kind of signs do you need to get from this weekend so that you'll be confident to move on?
Right now, I'm really unsure if I'm going to race or not. I'm actually leaning towards not racing, but I think the first races of the season would have been challenging for me either way, with the altitude and the short courses, and myself not being at my best. So yeah, I was just looking forward to getting the season started, and for me the goal was always to be in better shape after Christmas, but it's been a while since we finished this last season in Levi, so yeah, I was looking forward for starting a new one.
Speaking of the new season, and you're defending your title, the champion title, and as you said, you're not always in the best shape in the early part of season. What do you need to do to get the fourth title, particularly if you're missing the first one now?
Yeah, I have been lucky for many years staying healthy at the right time, and yeah, to be fighting for the yellow bib, you need to be on the start line in every race, at least as I can see it now, with all the competitions being at least 200 points. So I guess I will be just aiming for the biggest races. And if the biggest races goes well, you are also up there fighting for the yellow bib. But yeah, I think it will be difficult this year.
Good. Any questions from the floor? Anyone out there? Now is a good time to ask questions. And while we wait, Maria Wallberg, please go ahead and ask your question.
Hey Andreas, Maria, SVT. I don't know if we have more international guests, so maybe we should take it in English. During the pre-season, Andreas, can you tell us a little bit about where you've been focusing? Is there any technical details where you grinded more, considering you got so much routine now and so much knowledge about the tour and what it takes to be in shape and last the whole season?
Yeah, as a team, as a whole, I think we have tried to focus even more on the uphills, the double poling in uphills, the technique, and also trying to improve the capacity. There are a lot of strong guys in the toughest parts of the tracks, and historically I've been quite good at the flatter parts. I'm quite a big guy and with okay speed, so you have to be there when the sprint goes off, and you usually drop in the uphills, not in the flatter parts or in the downhills. So you need to be strong uphills, and we have had a few altitude camps and normal camps where we're trying to be focusing a little bit extra on these kind of things. But first and foremost, you got to stay healthy. You got to do what you know we got to do, and then when you have done all these things, maybe you can hope for some good results. But I still believe I have some good races in me, but maybe we'll have to wait some more weeks.
Any other questions there for Andreas? All right, Leandro Lutz.
Hi, Andreas. In your opinion, who can you consider your main rivals for the new season?
As we always say, I think there will be the usual suspects. All the guys that won races last year will be for sure up there, and I'm also quite interested in some of the new names, like Amund Rige has been really strong this summer. I think Vebjørn Moen is a huge talent at Team Aker Daehlie. Herman Pels showed sometimes last year that he is up and coming, and maybe Thomas Jolie at Team Nordic Experience also will be up there. But guys like Emil, Max, Kasper, Oscar on our team, all those guys that are usually up there, I think we will see this year also.
And speaking of Emil Persson, he has joined us. But thank you very much, Andreas and Nygaard. We have the next guest, Emil, waiting. So good luck, and let's see if you will be healthy enough to race. But of course, we wish you best luck for the whole season. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Emil, welcome to our press conference. How are you doing? Can hear you. You are muted. If you could turn on your microphone. Now.
I got muted. Now. Maybe.
Yes, now we can hear you. So how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good here in Sportgastein, enjoying the a little bit cloudy now.
So how does it look over there?
Yeah,
Perfect
the course.
conditions.
It looks nice. It didn't look so good a few days ago, but now it looks really nice.
So let's get started by asking you the same question as we did, for Mr. Nygaard, the importance of the pro team tempo and how you guys as a team, because you guys always done really well, team, your team Lager 157 ski team in the pro team tempo. But as an athlete, how do you like that particular format?
I like the format, especially like to compete with the team. Like that's it's only one race on the season that we compete as a team, like only as a team, and pushes each other together. And so that's a nice race, I think.
And of course, you guys are shooting for the victory again. Is that your goal?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. We always starts on the starting line with the goal to take the victory.
And what about the Sunday's race? It's a bit short. It's a mass start, but it's a shorter race. It's a criterium. It's a multiple laps. Do you feel that that type of really, let's call it aggressive skiing suits you well?
Yeah, I like that sort of races. I've done good on them before, and I like the course here, so I'm looking forward to it. It can be a bit hectic with a lot of turns and shorter races, and many people wants to be up there, but I like when it's a little bit chaotic.
And then how's your overall shape right now? I know that you guys been training really well. You had that 120K roller ski training at some point in the summer. So you've been pushing really hard. And of course, you want to be the champion once again.
Yeah, I think I feel that I have done a really good training this summer and autumn. And I'm looking forward to the season now. I feel maybe a little better this year than last year. So, but who knows? It's maybe not enough.
If you say that you feel better, have you changed anything, or have you just followed the same program or routine as before?
I followed the same program as before, but I just got like one more year of training, and I feel that I feel a little bit stronger and better, and have my shoulders a little more relaxed now.
So you are ready to fight for the yellow bib. Any questions from our audience, from the participants out there? Please raise your hand. Push the hand button if you have any questions for Emil. All right, we have Jakob Hård.
Hello, Jakob Hård from SVT. Emil, you were racing really well in Bruksvallarna a couple of weeks ago with a fifth place in the sprint among all the specialists. Was that a surprise to you?
Yeah, I must say that was a little bit surprise. I know I can do quite good in the sprint, but I didn't think I would get to the final. It was close that I even was gonna make the qualify with a 29th place, but it's usually that when I do a sprint, so bad qualify, then I get better and better during the finals. So I'm really happy with that result.
And also, I think we had another question coming up. Was it Anders from SVT? You raised your hand.
Hej Emil. Hallå?
Hej.
Hej.
Ja, jag hörde lite knackigt.
Are you surprised of the result during that you still was in a quite tough training period that you've got from the early season races?
Yeah, a little surprised, but like that was the second and third interval or high speed on the snow on the ski, so a little bit surprised because I lacked feeling on the snow. So and I haven't done much of a training to edge my shape, but that shows that I had really good base training. So that feels good to have in the back now.
And how's your training now? Have you let up some form, or are you still in tough training?
Now we are at the attitude. That's a little bit don't dig the training. What do you say? Training volume too high. So I have some better shape, hopefully, in next weekend.
All right, good. Any other questions out there? For Emil? He's cutting off a little bit here and there, but we'll manage. Any other questions? And while we wait, Emil, as mentioned, you did really well in the sprint competition in Bruksvallarna, but you also known as a great sprinter. That is how you pretty much, won your races. Is there any special trainings that you've done over the summer to kind of maintain that capacity, or you just kind of counting on your born ability?
I do it a little bit to maintain the sprint. Of course, I haven't really. I worked on a few parts on it.
Yeah, we sometimes have a little bit of a tough, like cutting off a little bit. I assume because of your location. Yeah, the bit of a bad connection, but
yeah, too high mountain here.
Yeah, you're high up on a mountain. We didn't really hear much about that, but I see that we have a question coming from Maria Valberg again. So let's go straight to that.
Thank you. Hey, Emil. I just thought maybe since you are in Sport Gastein, can you give us just a quick reaction on the course that awaits? What's your thoughts on the plan for the weekend and the course that's waiting?
I think the course is really nice. It's similar to Levigne, there we raced a couple of years before. A bit with some kilometers with flatter and no uphills and some turns, but then it's one uphill is really steep and short, where it can. So I see there will be some people attacking, and that will stretch the group. So I think it will be very intense and hard race. It used to be that on these shorter loops.
Good. Any other questions there? So, Emil, generally speaking, how do you like these prologue races before the holiday break that we had? We start so early on, but then the season kind of kicks off in January. Do you think that these serve you guys as athletes really well to have races like this quite early on?
Yeah, I think we must have them, because the other races like biathlon and the World Cup is already raced for, like, we can't come behind too much, so we must start this early.
Okay, you're breaking up again a little bit.
Yeah, sorry for that.
Yeah, okay, so you said that the importance that you need these races much like the biathlon athletes need races early on, but then you got cut off.
Yeah, we can't fall behind that. The biathlon or the Classic World Cup, they raced for like 1 or 2 weekends now. If we start in January, that maybe they will be forgotten. So it's good to show, get the opportunity to show us.
Good. Any other questions there before we're still waiting for the next guest, Max Novak, to join us. So, but any other questions from the floor, from the participants of the press conference? And we have Max now ready there. Well, thank you very much, Emil. It was great to have you on our show on this press conference, and good luck. Good luck for the weekend, and also good luck, for the whole season in your fight for the yellow bib.
Yeah, thank you. See you.
See you, and good to have you, Max, on our show on this press conference. How are you doing? Nice background, by the way.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we're sitting here in Valeria House, just by the tracks. So it's a nice place.
So how are the tracks, by the way? Emil just described them, but you've been out there checking them out.
Yeah, we've been here since last Monday. Yeah, we've had like a bit of everything. We had pretty good conditions in the beginning, then snowstorm, then warm weather, till there was almost no snow left, and then there came a dump on Monday evening. So now it's fine again. So I think the conditions won't be a problem on this race weekend.
So are you now prepared for the new season? I know that you are a heavy trainer. You like to go and do really long roller ski workouts, but do you feel that your shape is even better than last year?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. I've done some good job the last during the summer, but then I had a tough period in October where I was in Mallorca and then in Spain. And since then I've not been training that much, more just focusing on the competitions, and then since we came up here on altitude, I've just tried to get acclimatized, and yeah, it feels pretty shitty when we go slow, but we had a hard session yesterday and that felt kind of good. So I hope it will feel so during the weekend as well.
We see those great logos on your shirt. So let's talk about your new team, Aker. Daehlie. I mean, how does it feel? I mean, you transferred from Team Ramudden to this one. New environment, new guys. Everything's new, or is it?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, a really good group of people, and I'm getting to know like new people and the staff all the time, because we have a really huge group that's taking care of the skis and testing. So it feels really good, and they have very much experience, a lot of knowledge. So I feel I'm in good hands.
So, like training-wise, is it any different from Team Ramudden, or pretty much the business as usual?
Most of the training is done at home. So, and I'm the only Swede, so I do very much on my own. But we had some shorter camps during the summer before the roller ski competitions. And then we had a long camp in Mallorca, and not too much. I think it's a little bit more relaxed with the distance training, and not pushing the form too much. So I think it will be good in the long run to just focus on getting a solid ground shape, and then let the competitions do the work and get me in shape during the winter. that's like it, I think.
That's your goal. But what about the season? I mean, two great races, and also your team's goal and strategy for this weekend.
Yeah, I won the team competition with Ramudden 2 years, and then we won the team competition during the summer now with Aker Dahl. So I feel like I'm on a good trend there. So and the guys and girls are excited for being in the top in the team competition. So I think we have a really good shot at that. But it's hard to like focus on that. It's more like someone is going for the green bib and someone maybe more for the climb, and then we have everyone has like different characteristics, and I think it will be a good matchup with all of us together. It's a good mix, very diverse with or different strengths and so on.
Yes, you have a great team out there. And then questions from the participants. Any questions? Jakob Hård again.
Yes, Jakob Hård, SVT. Max, what was the reason for changing teams?
I've been in Ramudden for 3 years, and I had a 2-year contract that was up now, and felt I wanted a change, and had many different options available. So it was more about I took those options and tried to value them against each other, and I think Team Aker persuaded me like totally in them with like the service part with the skis and all the organization, and then with the skiers. I felt that could be a good for me as well, and during the races that we can help each other much better, and it was just natural.
Any other questions out there? Thank you very much for that. Anyone else eager to hear what Max has to say? So Max, while we wait for those questions, Maria Balberg, you can go ahead, please.
Thank you. Hi, Max.
Hi.
I'm Maria from SVT. You said that during the Mallorca camp you weren't feeling too good. Did you have any injuries, or was it just like a low period where you felt tired and worn out? And also going in now, are you at a solid, or are you thinking you'll increase your form as we go, or you sort of just wanting to let loose of the hard training and now go for it, or where are you at the moment?
It wasn't like that I felt particularly bad in Mallorca. It was like I've been in pretty solid shape all summer and autumn. Like not too bad, but not any great. Even though I like won roller ski competition, it wasn't like the best feeling all the time, and that's the thing I really value, because during the winter I will have bad days, that I know for a fact, and to still manage to get some results out of that is that's the key to be in the mix for the yellow bib. So and I don't know. I feel like the same I felt during the training period. I don't feel like super great, but I hope it will just come. And it's like before I think I felt like been too stable, not had like that many ups and downs, which is like needed to get those really peak performances. I hope to like get those and then to manage with bad form in a better way than I've done before. And yeah.
How important, I mean, that sounds all very wise, or I mean, also how important was it to get the bib on and get those races both in Sweden and Norway in your bag? I mean, to get the tempo up and also race pace and all that going into this season.
Yeah, I mean, I love competing, so it's I've been like this weekend we hadn't any competition. I just feel I want to compete more. So yeah, it was good to get some steam off and get into action. And then I did some good results. So yeah, I feel like that's a good receipt that I've evolved during the training season.
Thank you. Thank you. We moving on. Kasper Stadaas is waiting. So thank you very much, Max, and good luck, for the weekend, of course, and for the season. Thank you.
Ciao.
And Kasper, good to have you on our press conference. How are you doing?
Ciao. I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. We are all good here. So, of course, last season was really good for you. You pretty much skyrocketed to success with your wins. But how are you feeling right now? I mean, are you confident? Your shape is good?
Yeah, I'm feeling all right. You never know before the season starts. I haven't done much competitions the last couple of months, so I really don't know where I'm at. But training has been going all right, so I would say I have low expectations but high hopes.
Indeed. What about this weekend? What are your expectations for this and short race and a protein tempo?
I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to be a fast race on Sunday, probably with the flat course and the tight, with a lot of guys been up there. But we'll see with the weather and stuff. And then the team tempo is going to be fun. It's cool to have the whole team out there competing together. We do that in the summer and fall with training, so it's cool to see how like teams are compared to each other. So it's going to be a fun weekend. Kick it off.
Indeed, it is. And now we go to the questions from our audience from the press. Any questions for Kasper? All right. Now we get Anders from SVT.
Hello, Kasper.
Hi.
You had a really good season last year. Have you been doing any changes in your training for this year, or have you just kept on training as you did last year?
I've built on what I did last year, I would say. Tried to be better at the things I didn't fully manage to do well last year, but I would say 90% is the same, and then I've tried some stuff. But yeah, it's been a little bit rocky this season, so I haven't trained as much and as good as I wanted to. But yeah, tried something new, and we'll see how it goes.
And then we have a question from Leandro Lutz.
Hi, Kasper.
Hi.
Hey, by the Gastein Criterium, it's a new race. How does distance work for you?
I think it works well for me, but I don't know. It depends on the shape. I think I can take on everything if I'm in good shape, and then I can really suck if I'm in bad shape in every distance. So I think the track in the Criterium races fits me well if I'm feeling good, and I really like the head-to-head battles that comes with the Criterium. So I like the different types of races during the season, and I think it's going to be a cool one on Sunday.
Great. And who are the favorites skiers for the winning, in your opinion, apart from you?
Well, it's usually the same guys that's been up there the last couple of years. Emil and I think Oscar and our guys in the team are going to be strong. And then, of course, these yellow guys, monsters or minions or whatever they call themselves, have been strong this summer. So I think it can be 10, 15 guys for the win.
Great, thank you, Kasper.
And then we have Ine. Please go ahead.
Yes, hello. I wonder what is your main goal this season?
My main goal is Vasaloppet.
Okay.
So yeah, if I have to choose one, it's going to be Vasaloppet. But I think the big four is where you want to be really in good shape, and then I also think that every weekend is a goal for itself.
But do you think the yellow jersey is a chance for that?
I mean, the yellow jersey is more like a result of good races, like individual races. So I didn't plan for it last year, and I'm not planning for it this year. I just want to race very well in the big four, and then usually if you are on the top on the big four, you would be in contention for the yellow. But I'm not gonna like specifically go for the yellow.
Then more questions for Kasper? And while we wait, Kasper, those victories that you achieved last season, what did they actually give you? Besides, of course, a lot of confidence, but were you surprised when those happened?
Yeah, for sure. It gave me a lot of joy. I'm here to have as much fun as I possibly can. So winning races is the most fun you can have with your clothes on. So I would say it's really fun to be racing on the big stage that Ski Classics is now, and with the attention and like with the team effort and yeah, the joy that comes from winning as a team is pretty good.
And we have about a minute left before we move on. Any other questions from the audience out there? Is it Ine again, or I guess that's just the old hand. But before I let you go, Team Ragde, are you guys shooting for the #1 spot to be the #1 team, which you haven't been for a while?
Yeah, we are. Of course, shooting for it to be the winning the team competition this year. We were close to winning the team tempo last year, and really want to have a revenge this year. And we've now gotten Larsson to the team. That's been very strong this last couple of months. So big expectations for her to be very strong and give us a lot of points. So with also Anikken being super strong this year, we are aiming for being the best team for sure.
Indeed, you are. I think we are now moving on to. We should have the next one, Alvar Myhlback, ready there, and good luck. Good luck to you, of course, and to your team, and hopefully you'll get more victories this season. I know you are ready for it.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, Alvar, can you hear us? You should be here.
Yes, I hear you.
All right, now you hear you. Okay, good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Can we see you? Yeah. All right, good. There you are. Yes. Now we see you. All right, wonderful. How are you? So you're doing good. Are you ready for the big weekend? I know that you're a young, upcoming rising star. Are you nervous about the weekend?
No, not so nervous. I'm more excited. I'm looking forward to it.
So what actually prompted you to become a long distance skier? You're a young skier, and I know you're super talented. So how come your long distance is your calling?
I wouldn't call me a long distance skier, but yes, I'm doing some long distance ski, and I think it's very fun and good ski and ski training.
And what are your goals, not just for this weekend, but for the whole season as well?
I think it will be the Junior World Championship in Canada.
And you want to win there?
Yes, of course. I always want to win.
That's a good attitude. Questions, please, from the participating media. All right, Jakob Hård.
Alvar, you, as you said yourself, or you're not see yourself as only a long distance skier. You even raced the sprint terrific in Bruksvallarna. How much will you participate in ski classics, and how much other ski races will you go? Do you have a plan?
Yes and no. I will go this weekend and maybe the next, and then we will see a bit what's coming up. But I think it will be a bit more ski classic in the end of the season, and maybe some traditional ski in the middle of the season.
Okay, thanks.
And then the next question, I think we had Anders.
Hej Alvar, Anders Blomqvist, SVT.
Hello.
You have had some really strong results competing against the seniors this season. Are you surprised of the level that you have already as a first year junior?
Yeah, I'm very happy to be at the level. I didn't expect that, but I know if everything go as planned and the shape is good, I am at that level in traditional ski. So yeah, it was very good weekend at Bruksvallarna, and good results.
Yeah, you really had, and you also did manage to take down Emil on your training, long distance training race as well. Are you surprised of that? And was it difficult to beat him at the finish?
Yeah, I'm actually more surprised over that win than Bruksvallarna. Was a really tough race from the start, but I feel like I was going pretty easy. And then yes, not many have beat Emil in the finish. So yeah, very happy to do that, and the shape was maybe.
Okay, it seems that the connection is lost a little bit. Let's hope that we'll get. All right, now you're coming back. Are you there, Alvar?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, yes, you got cut off a little bit. So you were saying about being surprised.
Okay, yeah, I was surprised to beat Emil at Elsåsdalen. Maybe that was a bigger victory than the.
Again, I guess the mountains are hindering us from hearing. Alvar, can you, Alvar, hear us? Hopefully you'll hear me. You'll be able to come back. Seems that the connection may be lost. Hopefully we'll get him back. Can you hear us at all, Alvar? It seems to me that we lost the connection completely, as he's not hearing us at all. Let's see if we have the next guest ready. I think we'll move on. If Alvar if you can hear us, really good to have you. And our good luck. You're a really talented superstar of the future, and good luck, to all your endeavors this winter. And we have Ida Dahl ready. Can you, Ida, hear me?
Yeah,
Good.
I hear you.
All right, good. Welcome to our press conference. You're driving. Are you driving up there right now?
Yeah, we arrived to Bad Gastein about 30 seconds ago, so it's perfect. Looking good.
So you haven't seen anything yet in terms of the place?
Haven't gotten out of the car yet, so but it's looking good from here.
Good. And what are your kind of hopes and expectations for this season opening? New season upon us again.
Yeah, it's been going really fast and really looking forward to it. I mean, you train very many months to compete, so it's going to be real fun.
And of course, it goes without saying that your goal is to win the yellow bib. But what are you going to do in order to get that? Because like last season, really good first part, then the second part, the latter part wasn't really exactly what you planned.
No, exactly. I started out really good, and the first thing is I think you need to stay healthy the whole season. So to be able to win the yellow bib, you need to be on the start every competition. I mean, of course, in quite good shape. So hopefully I have become stronger this year, and I'm able to keep a better shape along the whole season.
And also the women's field gets bigger and it grows every year. But also two big names, Lina Koskren and Britta Johansson Nogren, retired among some other ones. How does that kind of feel that there's a shift in balance right now?
Yeah, I mean, we will see when we start to compete how it feels. But so it felt a bit empty in the beginning or right when they ended their careers. But now during the summer, I mean, you always just do the work. And so I haven't been thinking about it so much now, but maybe it's, maybe it will be a big change now when we start to compete again. We will see.
And also, quickly before I'll give the stage to the audience here, new team. A word about that. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Yeah, Team Engcon. It feels really good, and I'm really excited. For now, we have just been 4 athletes in Livigno on the pre-camp. So now the rest of the team comes here this evening. So it's going to be real fun to meet everyone again and just start up the new season.
Indeed it is. We have Leandro Lutz ready there with his question.
Hello, Ida.
Hello.
Hey, you are one of the favorites for the yellow bib. In your opinion, who can you consider your main rivals for the new season?
I think there is many strong girls this year. But of course, Astrid is one of the biggest name. She has shown a really good shape during the summer and in the start of the season. And everyone also says that Anikken is really strong. So maybe she will surprise. Jenny's also shown that she will be up there, and Magni will be interesting. So Fleten is also a strong girl. So I think there are many girls that will fight for the victories. So it's going to be fun and tough races, I think.
Okay, thank you. Have good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then we have a question from Jakob Hård.
Hi, Ida. Why did you change team, and what changes has that been for you in training and so on?
Yeah, I mean, like Max said, my contract with Ramudden ended, and I felt I needed to move forward and try something new, and the opportunity in Engcon opened up, and it felt really good from the start. And yeah, so far it's been feeling really good, and I'm really excited. So with the new team, and yeah, it's gonna be fun to start a new season.
Is there anything that is different in Team Engcon than it was in Ramudden for you?
Gjerde lives in Östersund as me, so he has been able to maybe help me a little bit more in the training and so. And I also are in the same team as my boyfriend now, so we've been training a lot together and pushing each other, so that's really nice. Yeah, but you know, in training and so, you do the most day by yourself also, so in that way it has maybe not affected me so much.
Thank you.
And then more questions from the floor. So while we wait, speaking of this weekend and your new team and the protein tempo, how are you as a team approaching that? You have a really strong team now. So how are you? What can I take on that race coming up?
No, it's going to be really fun. It's always fun with team tempo and really work together as a team. So, and I mean, I think we are a quite strong team. So hopefully we can be able to fight for the podium. So yeah, it's going to be a fun race, I think.
Good. And again, if you guys have any questions, please go ahead, just raise your hand. Ida is ready there to answer your questions.
I have. Can I have a question?
Sure, you can.
Hey, Ida. Anders Blomqvist, SVT. You did really well in Bruksvallarna.
Yeah.
Were you considering competing in the World Cup before the ski classic season, or how was your thinking regarding that?
Yeah, I got the opportunity to compete in Lillehammer, but turned it down since we just arrived for Livigno when I got the call, and it felt like it wasn't the best preparation to go back right to Sweden or Norway to compete, and not the best preparation for Bad Gastein. So, but of course it would have been really fun. So maybe sometime in the future.
Are you finished with kickwax and skating competitions for this year, or are you doing some in the period when there are no ski classic races?
Yeah, if there's some competitions that will fit, I'm always open to compete in with or without wax, and maybe with skate skis also. So I'm open for everything.
Good luck in this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anders Blomqvist, former skier himself. Any more questions? We still have time, about 4 minutes before we move on. Well, while we wait, I'll have one. You just mentioned that you did really well in Bruksvallarna. Also, Astrid, Øyre, Slind participated in Lillehammer. I was there. It seems to me that the training that you guys do is also transferring kind of into the standard distances. How do you feel about it in terms of your training, but you're still able to perform really well in shorter distances as well? So it's a complementary, or?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm getting stronger in the shorter distance also. So that's really fun to see that you can develop in many different kind of areas. So I mean, the training we do it's ski training, so it's not so different from the training I did before. I maybe just do it better now, I don't know, but yeah, it seems like it works very well in the shorter competitions also.
But you put in a lot of hours, though, a lot of volume.
Yeah, maybe more volume now than before, so maybe that's the trick.
That might be the trick, but we have Maria Valberg ready with her question.
Hey Da.
Hey.
Going into this season, with last season in mind, and also in a season where you wore the yellow bib during many weeks and also had your first victories and also be the one that everyone chased, how much mentally have you grown from that season going into this? I mean, being in a situation where you were the one being chased, and also, I mean, I guess that's something that you had been dreaming of, and then you were in that. I mean, how much have you been helped by that preparing for this one, that you also have that experience now?
First, I think I do not put so much energy on thinking about stuff that I can't affect. So I don't know, but I mean, of course, there are many more people that wants to call me and ask things, and it takes more energy. But I think I can manage it quite good. And right now, I mean, I am in a position that I want to be, because it means that I have done something well. So yeah, but of course, in the beginning, it was quite unusual to get so many questions from many different kinds of people. But it's also a part of the job, and it's also quite funny. So yeah.
How excited are you to kick off, and I mean, to get that receipt, as we talked here about great results in the races just now, but then to kick off the Ski Classic season? How excited are you for the weekend to come with double races?
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's going to be real fun. You train very much hours and months to get here, and yeah, I mean, of course, it's a bit nervous, but mostly just fun, and to start the season and just get out there and push everything you have every weekend. It's really nice.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the question. And we are also pretty much running out of time, you know, in terms of your block. But thank you. Thank you, Ida. Good luck. Get out of the car. Get yourself adjusted with the high altitude and so forth. And of course, you will do well this weekend, and I believe throughout the season as well. So take care. Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. And then Emilie Fleten, I can see that you are there. Welcome to our press conference. Can you please turn on your camera and also unmute yourself? I can see you there. Emilie Fleten, our next guest. Can you hear me, Emilie? Just turn on your camera and your microphone. I can see that Emilie is with us. Can you hear me, Emilie? Are you out there? So our next guest is Emilie Fleten. She should be in. She has joined us. And we're just waiting for her to hear us. Emilie, can you hear me? Maybe she had a bad connection. She just logged out. Hopefully she'll be able to log on again. So we'll get her. So we just wait for a second. Comes with the territory when people are pretty much scattered around in different places all over Europe. Sometimes there are bad connections. All right, Emilie, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, but can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We would love to see you as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my camera doesn't work, so I can't turn it on. Sorry.
Okay,
so
then we'll have to just do with your voice. But it's a great, beautiful voice, so we'll do with that. So, but Emilie, first of all, how are you doing just before the great season opening?
Yeah, I'm doing not so. I've been ill for about 5 days now, so it's not the ideal start of the season, I must admit. So I'm not sure how the weekend is going to turn out, but yeah, so far I haven't been training since last Friday, so I don't know. I hope I will be back to training maybe tomorrow, but we'll see.
But you're still a bit uncertain about the racing.
Yeah.
You might skip the weekend if you feel a bit under the weather.
Yeah. So if I'm not feeling 100% on Sunday, I won't be skiing. But we'll see. If it's still some days left. So yeah, you have to see.
Let's hope that you'll feel much better pretty soon. And we have a long season ahead of us. Speaking of the season, you are one of the favorites in the yellow bib or the champion competition, but you're still chasing the first victory. You had 3 podium places last season. Have you done anything differently to be ready to fight for the top spot?
Yeah, that's very correct. My first victory has been not in the reach for the last seasons, but yeah, for this season, I think my main decision was to switch team. Now I'm in Team Ramudden, and I think that is maybe the biggest adjustment I have done to be able to take the next level up and be able to fight for my first victory. So yeah, yes.
Indeed. Speaking of it pretty briefly before I let the others ask you questions, your new team, you said a big adjustment. How different has it been, and why?
Yeah, first of all, it's the people I have around me. Now I have Lina Korsken as a team manager, and she's been with me and the rest of the team on all our training camps and has helped me a lot with training technique and just the mental stuff also. So I think now before this season, I feel much more prepared to to actually take the next step to win a race. But we'll see how that will turn out.
Indeed, we will. And then questions. Question for Emilie. Okay, Anders Blomqvist, please go ahead.
Hello, Emilie. Anders from SVT.
Hello.
What's your problem right now? Is it a cold or is it something else that bothers you?
It's a cold. I think I just have forgot what a cold is. I don't know if I've been ill besides COVID last year in 4 years. So it's, I don't know, but it seems like it is a lot of that going around, just a normal cold. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Except from this last week, how has your training year been? Are you at the place that you want to be into the season, or is it something that's been a problem for you this season?
No, my training has been really good. I think the last couple of months have been, just really good with my new team, and it has been working out really good. So I felt good before I got sick. So yeah.
Thank you.
And then I noticed that Jakob Horn has a question.
No, I took my hand down because Anders asked the same question. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Any more questions then? for Emilie. So while we wait,
I have one.
Good. All
I
right.
have one
Wonderful.
more.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it any special things that you would like to improve into this season? Is it something that you've been working on this training year to take the next step in your cross-country skiing?
Yeah, it's been like to be able to like reach for a higher speed when I'm tired in the end. I think I'm not gonna be fast ever, but I need to be able to keep up, like putting in a higher speed towards the end of the races. So that is one thing I've been working on. So yeah, we'll see if I'm able to actually do it when.
Good. Any more questions for Emilie? Okay, Maria Valbere, please go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, Emilie. Just coming into a new team, as you said, lots of new things and new people around you. Is there anything in training in particular that you have added, or it's different to how you trained before coming into this season?
Yeah, I've added some speed training in my training, like more speed training in my longer sessions as well. Yeah, so that's the thing I have been working on. Besides that, I have tried to like develop my training, and yeah, so I haven't done like anything very new, but just trying to increase my speed, and yeah, so that's the main thing, I guess.
And we have room or space for one more questions if anyone has one. If not, I have one question. What are the things that you mentioned, Elina Koskren, that she is with you guys all the time now? What are the things that you have taken from her? What are kind of the advice or tips or encouragement that she's given you?
A lot of things, but I think like I don't know, I think I try to learn from her, like her many things. I don't know, I don't want to like say too much, but just having her there as a person, she's very like confident, and I find a lot of strength just being around her and learning from her. So yeah, trying to be, I don't know, more like more like Lina. I don't know. I don't want to say like too much because that's the secret. So, but maybe later in the season I will review what I've been learning.
Indeed, she's the ace that you guys have, and it seems to me that she's really a good leader. Thank you very much, Emilie. Good luck, and let's hope that you finally get that victory, the much coveted win this season. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. And Astrid Slind, can you hear us? Welcome to this press conference. Are you there, Astrid?
Hello.
Hello. Can you also turn on the camera? Are you in a spot where you can turn on your camera so we can see you? There you are.
Camera.
Yes, now we can see you.
Headphones working? Or?
Yes, we can see you.
Maybe,
Okay, now much better. Okay, now we can see you on a profile. Yeah. How are you?
Sound okay?
Yes, I guess we can. If you just sit down or don't move much. All right. So, how's life? How are you doing?
Yeah, life is pretty good. I'm right now in Trondheim, so I'm not down in the Alps yet. I'm looking forward to get down there.
When are you going down? It's getting close.
Yeah, I'm not going down until Saturday, actually.
Okay, that late.
Yeah, that's how it went out this year.
All right.
I'm actually racing the World Cups on Saturday, so I will do the race there, and then I'll hop on the first plane and go down and race ski classics on Sunday.
That actually begs a question: World Cup and ski classics. I mean, is that a good combo? How do you feel about doing standard distance races and then the long distance? Does it really suit you in terms of winning the big goal? You know, the yellow bib.
Well, maybe the yellow bib isn't my biggest goal because, well, it's not the best combination because the races are on the same time and you have to evaluate which race you want to go and how much you can lose on choosing that or another option. So yeah, I think I'll be mostly in the ski classics. I have to race really fast in the World Cups to make that an option, but I got the opportunity to race this weekend, and it's a 10K classic, so I think it suits me pretty well. So I just want to try, see how fast I am.
And how about using kick wax? I mean, you used to double poling in ski classic races. Now you need to put some kick wax on.
Yeah, for me, the kick wax isn't really a problem. I do both kick wax sessions and skating sessions and about everything. So as long as I do my longest sessions on double poling and have some intervals on double poling, I feel quite confident that I can do both.
And what about racing back to back and then traveling from Saturday onwards? You don't really have much time to prepare. Aren't you concerned about that?
Yeah, of course I'm concerned. I know it's not the best situation for Sunday, so I just have to go for it and make the best out of it and see how fast I will go. The best opportunity would go to be on the altitude for a week or so. Yeah, as it turned out this time, it won't be that way, but I will prepare well for the Nosta next weekend, I guess.
Indeed, and then questions for Astrid, Øyre, Slind. Okay, Anders Blomqvist, please go ahead.
Hello, Astrid. Anders from SVT. You've been racing really fast and good all this summer and also in the beginning of the season. How many skating training sessions do you have normally?
Oh, I don't have a lot of skating sessions. It's more like 1 or 2 each week, but I try to really have focus on my technique when I do skate. And I don't. This year I've been doing more skating than running for intervals, just for improving my skating technique. So it's not a lot, but I try to improve anyway.
Okay, and your main goal, because if you keep skiing that fast, it might be the World Championships and also the Ski Classics for you. Will you go for both, or are you going to choose some way along the line?
I think I do have to make a tough choice sooner or later, because doing both the whole season, I think it won't be. I think I will be like a medium skier in both instead of a good skier in one of them. But now I felt, as you said, I've been feeling really strong this summer, and I had COVID at the Gastein, and still I won the Norwegian the Norwegian Cup in Gjerde and got to the race in Lillehammer. So now I just want to try how fast I can go classic skiing, and if that's fast enough for a World Championships, of course I want to try that. But I also want to do ski classics, so I haven't decided yet.
Okay, thank you.
And then more questions for Astrid. We're still contemplating the the idea of doing both, correct? We have Maria Wallberg. Please go ahead.
Astrid, Maria from SVT. We talked to Max earlier, and a new team. I mean, some of them you've teamed with before, but tell me the excitement. And Max gave a huge credit to the stötteapparaten among the skis, that you have a big support team. Tell me the excitement with this team and your thoughts on the goal for the team this year.
Yeah, for the team, I think the goal is always to be the best team and do a lot of wins. And I think we have the most of the stötteapparat or the service team is from last year, from team Koteng Eidesen, and I'm really satisfied with those guys. They work hard and they're good at their jobs, and we put a lot of effort and money into having a good service team. So I think that will be great. I think Max has done a good job with choosing us. And we have some fresh boys, that Petter Stakstad, who already won the Klarälvsloppet, and Vebjørn Moen, he's a really fast guy. So I think our team as a whole is much better this year than last year. So I'm really looking forward to this season.
Thank you, Maria. Any other questions? We still have about 2 minutes. We see that Jenny is already ready there. We still have a couple more minutes with Astrid, according to our schedule. Any questions from anyone? From our audience? Well, while we wait, or Anders, do you have another question? I see your hand is raised. Or
Yes, I do. What is the goals for Silje this season? Is she going to go with all the ski classics, or is she doing both as you, or what's her goal?
Well, both of us, our main goals is the ski classics. Silje will only do ski classics. Is the main plan. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Anders. 1 more minute left. Any quick questions from anyone? If not, I'll ask the last question. Astrid, assuming that you will focus on ski classics, what are your strengths? What are the elements or the qualities that will take you all the way to the champion title?
Yeah. I think I've shown that from I'm not sick and everything. I think I'm strong enough to race really fast. I've been improving my double polling every year, and yeah, I hope I'm just strong enough to win races. That's what I'm training for, and that's what I believe I am on a good day.
And of course, you need
so
to.
We'll see at the champion bib. I don't know about that. I'll give away 50 points already now on Saturday, so I'll have to continue taking tough choices on that maybe, but yeah, we'll see how it ends up.
Indeed we will, and you also need to stay healthy. That's always the key. Yeah. Thank you very much, Astrid. Good luck for the weekend, Beitostølen and Bergestein then. Thank you very much. And we have Jenny Larsson. Good to have you on our show. How are you doing? Good to have you back, first of all. It must have been really tough to stay away for a year, a long hiatus, but it's good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm good. We've been in Livigno for almost 2.5 weeks. Yeah, can't complain.
And the new team also. Tell us about Team Ragde and how's the chemistry within a team?
Yeah, in Sweden we sometimes have called Team Ragde the Real Madrid of the skiing world, and yeah, I mean I've learned a lot from all the guys and girls in the team, and I mean they are really a gang with some serious knowledge for long distance skiing, so it's been really inspiring.
And you were also expert commentating, for Ski Classics, together with me. I mean, how was that experience?
Yeah, I mean, it was quite tough. I had to admit, not being on that side, trying to breach Anders and Jakob on commentating. So yeah, I got real. That's it's not easy, and it's not easy on English neither. But it was tough. But also, I mean, sitting here today, I think it was good for me to, being able to follow the races and see the girls compete. And if I didn't know their strengths and weaknesses, I think I know it even more now. So maybe a bit tactical. No, I don't know, but it was fun.
And then what about this weekend? So you starting the racing. It's been a while for you, but what are your kind of hopes or expectations for this opening of the premiere weekend?
This weekend has been like the main goal for me for like even before my surgery in March, and it's been like the main goal for me, like a milestone to be on the start line the first the Lucia weekend in December. So for me it's really huge, and I'm so extremely happy to be here.
Indeed you are. And then questions from our audience. Okay, Jakob Hård.
Hej Jenny, hur mycket tid har du tillbringat med laget på ett ungefär?
I should go in English, right?
Probably so. Yes. Because we also have the YouTube, so we have the internal audience.
Okay.
Please keep it in English.
Really much time, I would say. We had like a kids camp in Oslo in June, and thereafter I would say like 2 weeks each month from August until now. So really starting to learn, to getting to know all the athletes in the team, and it's been many days away from home, and especially on high altitude. So but I mean, I had just loved packing my bag again and travel and train and getting to know all the athletes in the team.
And then we have Anders Blomqvist again.
Hello, Jenny. After your operation, has the training been working good for you, and have you done everything you think you should have done coming into the season, or how's your situation?
Good question. Should have done. It's a really good question. I would lie if I say it had been like the way I've been training the way I would, and maybe what I should. But I mean, I really thought that it would be like not a straight way from all the rehab and such, and it hasn't. I mean, unfortunately, even though I really think I have been wise, I had like some overuse injuries following, not in the hand, but I mean in other parts of the body. So it's not been like the best pre-season for me. No, it hasn't. But I'm satisfied with the work I've done, and I think I have really done the best of it. And seeing now, I mean, having key sessions on skier again, and like a VO2 max test back home, I can see that I'm not so. I mean, it's not many % away from my shape before. So I really have that with me into the season. But I mean, even though if I'm close to where I was, it doesn't mean that's gonna be good enough anyway. I mean, all the girls are getting better and better for each season. So being away one season, I think that it's gonna be tough getting back. Yeah.
But you did really well on the races in Bruksvallarna. Did that surprise you? And how are you? Are you still in a tough training period, getting better form later on, as you think? Or, yeah, that's 2 questions in one, but please answer them.
Yeah, really good question again. Bruksvallarna was my best premiere ever, and that was really surprising. I did my first session with kickwax under the skis the day before the sprint, and I done 2 sessions on snow before that. So I was really surprised. especially over the skate race, because that felt like, yeah. And the second question was, sorry, what?
How are you on the training? Are you still training a lot, getting the best form later on the season, or are your expectations already from the start regarding what happened in Bruksvallarna?
No, I would say, well, of course, my expectations are raised a bit after that weekend. But since we've been on high altitude, I really done quite much training because, well, I'm a little bit behind. Talking about like I didn't have the best preseason this summer. So I really don't expect to be in any good shape. My main goal is Marcialonga and especially Vasaloppet. So that's where I really plan to be in good shape, and it takes some hours of training to be in shape there.
Tack och lycka till.
Tack.
Thank you, Anders. Any other questions? We have about 2 minutes before we move on to our next guest. Anyone else out there ready and willing to ask questions? Well, okay, let's see. Okay, well, I have one. You just mentioned that Marcialonga, Vasaloppet are your main goals. But when you think about the whole season, are you approaching it from that point of view that you're only focusing on certain races, or is the champion title a realistic goal for you at this stage? Or fight for the goal?
If you ask me like early this spring, I would say just competing the whole season, and that's, yes, I mean, I really want to go a whole season in classics because I actually never did before. It's always been like COVID or something, so I'm really just looking forward to go all the races. But I feel confident, doing much right, changing a lot in my technique, and I'm not skiing to just go good some races. I really want to climb up the podium and highest, and go for the yellow bib also, of course. That's what I'm skiing for.
Indeed you are. Thank you very much. Jenny, good luck, and it's really good to have you back, and we all wish you all the best for this weekend and also for the whole season. So thank you and see you soon.
Thank you.
And we have our next guest, Anikken, Gjerde, Alnes. How are you doing? All good?
I'm good, thanks.
All right, and psyched and ready for the weekend, I assume?
Yeah, for sure.
For sure you are. Let's start talking about your goals. Is it the sprint competition that you're putting your focus on? Is that something you've been told, from your team Ragde? Because you are a great sprinter, and that's the competition you've been focusing on in the past.
Yeah, I was focusing on the green bib last year because I feel like that's been what I could achieve as my best. But as I'm getting stronger, I really want to step up to the podium or getting closer to it. But because I was second last year at the sprint competition, I still want to go for it because I want the green bib. So I will be going for the sprint points and see what it holds up for.
Is it possible to go for both, really, that you go for the sprint points and then also you try to be on the podium or as close as possible?
I think it's possible, but you can't use too much energy on the sprints if you don't want to get lactated, and then you will lose the pack because in the girls' pack, you're always pushing pretty hard. So if you get lactated, you will most likely drop off, which I have been doing last year. So I think I need to be more careful with how I use my speed, and sometimes you lose it and sometimes you hang on. So I hope I'm a little bit stronger this year so I could do both.
And then what about this weekend and the high altitude, racing in high altitude? Are you prepared for that?
Yeah, I think I've done what I could do over the summer, and then we went to Loferer with the team, and we have been here for a long time, so I feel ready to do altitude races. And earlier I haven't been the best at altitude because I've had some issues with lactate and it's hard for me, but this year I felt pretty good, so I feel ready and I don't feel the altitude at all. So, but it's something different in racing than doing intervals, so we'll see.
And how does it feel to be in a new place, Bad Gastein? Great location.
I've never been there before, and I'm the type of person that likes new places and new scenery, and they say it's a beautiful place, so I look forward to go there.
Indeed. And then questions from our pool of journalists. We have Leandro Lutz. Ready?
Hi, Anikken.
Hi.
In your opinion, who you can consider your main rivals for the Green Bib this season?
I think it's pretty open. We don't really know who's going for it or not, but I definitely think that Magni Smedås might go for it, but she's also a good candidate for the yellow bib. So, but I think she's a strong sprinter as well, so I think she will go for it. And I believe several girls will try to get sprint points. Also, Sandra Schutzova have sprinted for the early sprints before, so she will probably do it again. And most teams will probably have 1 or 2 girls up there.
Good. And Bad Gastein Criterium is a new race with a short distance. How does distance work for you? Are you confident about this race?
What type of distance do you?
The 35K, a shorter distance for the race?
I think the shorter distances suit me better than the longest ones, but so a 30K is more common in traditional skiing, and I think more or less if it's like 30 or 50, it's better for me than the 90. But so I'm prepared for whatever distance we are racing, and it's going to be harder. And as I've become a better 10K skier, I think the 30K could suit me pretty well.
Okay, thank you. Have good luck.
Thank you.
And then more questions, please. Anyone ready out there to ask a question? Well, while we wait, speaking of distances, Anikken, what is kind of from your perspective, what is your take or opinion on these prologue races and criterium races, the shorter distances in the early part of a season, as we've been used to?
I think the prologue is pretty nice. I like the team's prologue, that we could do something together and we prepare together. We train the whole summer, and to do it as a team and get a head start on the team competition, I think it's pretty nice to do it together. So I'm really looking forward to that, and to start off the season a little bit easier with a 35K, then a longer race could be nice to get into it. And then when the real season starts, we're building it up to the big races. So I think it's pretty nice.
Indeed. And questions? Anyone out there? So if you're focusing on the sprint competition, but you also mentioned that you'd like to be on a podium or do well in one of the stages, which one could be your favorite? Which one do you think you have the best chance?
I absolutely love Gisarska. So a little bit more hilly, but still not too long of a race could suit me pretty well. It's maybe where I've felt the best the past years, so I would be focusing on that one.
It is a great race. Then the sprint training, how much do you do that? I mean, of course, you need to do a lot of long distance training, endurance, but being a sprinter and still focusing on the particular category, I assume you've done quite a lot of speed training as well.
Both yes and no. This year I've actually focused more on building endurance and doing more of the 4-hour long and longer sessions to build up what I'm actually bad at. So I think I've had more focus on longer L3 sessions than actually doing the speed work, but I feel like I still have it in me to sprint. So we do some sprinting at the long distance trainings, but not as much as before, actually.
And what is your favorite workout?
Oh, I like an interval session that mixes up both L3 and L4 and 5.
Then questions. We have 2 more minutes with Anikken before we move on to our last guest of the day. Any questions, anyone? Still about a minute left. Well, then, if not, a word about your team. You've been part of the team Ragde. What's the kind of the magic of the team? We know this, it's the Auckland brothers' house that they built, but just tell us about that team.
Like the magic. I think we're a family going on trips, but it's a tough team. If you want to be here, you should do the work properly and you should be in it. But the team will always support you on the way, and we are happy for each other and bring like what I think they have done to me is to make me a better skier and make me realize what I need to do to become a better skier. So I think we bring out the best in each other.
So would you say that you've learned a lot from those guys, and that they kind of paved the way for you to learn?
Yeah, for sure. I've learned so much the past 2.5 years now, and I don't think I would have become what I am today if it wouldn't have been for taking the chance with Team Ragde. So I'm super happy to be in this team.
Indeed. Well, thank you very much, Anikken, and we all hope that you will get, the sprint of the green bib come the new season, and good luck for the weekend as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we're moving on to our last guest of today, Magni Smedås. How's life wherever you are?
It's nice. I'm in Lillehammer, and it's very nice. It's cold winter out.
Okay. When are you leaving? You're supposed to be in Gastein.
Yeah, I'm leaving tomorrow morning. So I'll be flying over there and just go up directly and do my very best. That's what has worked for me earlier. So I hope it'll work this time too.
Okay, so you're saying that this is the best approach for you in terms of adapting to high altitude. All right, now can you hear us? I think you got cut off. Okay, you're back. Did you hear my question? All right. Okay, now you're back.
No, again. Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, so my question was that since you're leaving tomorrow, is that the best approach for you in terms of adapting to high altitude? Now we can hear you
Excuse
again.
me.
Yeah, we can see you now. We can hear you.
Sorry, we have some technical issues here.
Some we do, but can you hear us? We can see you. Can you hear us? Yes, we can see you, and I can,
Okay.
and I can actually hear you as well. Can you hear us? Or me?
Okay, I can't see you, but I can hear you. So
Yeah,
you can
good.
ask me the question.
Okay, so did you hear the question? The question was that, is that the best approach for you, showing up really late before a race when adapting to high altitude?
Yeah, well, it's the only approach that I've tested before. So I've never tried to go up there several days before. So I figured that it'll be the best thing for me to do this time too. And then maybe later then I can test to go up there 10 days before the race and try to, get used to the high altitude.
So last year you didn't do that many races. Did some? You were on a podium, really good, positions all the way through. What about this year? Are you going to do the whole season? And what is your goal?
I am going to do the whole season, definitely. Earlier this summer, I went out hard and said that I was going for the yellow bib, but it was only to scare my competitors off. Since this is my first season doing ski classics, I'm just trying to use it as a season to learn. I haven't been double poling that much before, so it'll be very exciting for me to do a lot of double pole races the whole season. So I don't know. I think we'll just take it race by race and get good races, and then I'll just have to see what results I land on in the end.
But are you confident with your double poling capacity and power?
Yeah, I feel a lot more confident right now. I have been double poling a great deal this summer, and I know that I have improved a lot. So, but it's always exciting, when you get to start and you have both Astrid and Ida there, and they're so strong ladies, both of them. So I'm not quite sure what I can expect for myself, but I hope to do very well. I do hope that.
I think you will do really well. But now questions from our audience. Okay, we have Leandro Lutz. Please go ahead.
Hello, Magni.
Hello.
Hey, your lasted performance showed that you are in good shape, especially in the sprint competition in Golo. Would you consider yourself a favorite for the sprint bib?
Well, there are many strong ladies for the sprint bib too, including Anikken. But I definitely consider myself a strong competitor, so that one, yes, I do.
Okay, great. And Bad Gastein Criterium, it's a 35K race. This race on Sunday can suit your abilities?
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward for that race. It is not too long for me and not too short, so hopefully I'll be strong that day.
Okay, thank you. Have good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Leandro. Then please, more questions. All right, we have Jakob Hård.
Hello, Jakob Hård from SVT. Have you been spending much time with your teammates in training or so, or how has that been looking for you?
Well, we've only met during training camps. We had one training camp this summer in Sweden where we all got together and we had, I just think, 5 days with a lot of good training. And then we had a lot of racing during August and September where we got to meet. And then we had a training camp in Lillehammer where we were 10 days, I think. So we got really close during that time. But we haven't been training together except from that. But then we had 14 days in Vårdalen right before the season started. So I feel like I've gotten to know my teammates a lot, and we're just like a happy family right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jakob. More questions from the audience? Well, speaking of your team Eksjöhus, Oskar Svärd, how is he as a team leader? 3-time Vasaloppet winner, army man.
Yeah.
Keeps you intact, huh?
Man. I use Oskar as my personal coach as well. And I think I have a lot to learn from him. He definitely knows what he's talking about when it comes to long distance skiing. And that's the field that I don't have too much knowledge about. So I absolutely love to have Oskar in the team, and as my coach, he's a really nice man.
What might be the things that have surprised you the most when stepping into the long distance arena in terms of training or just the races or anything?
Well, nothing has come to surprise me a lot, but I think the biggest difference maybe will be, first of all, everything is double poling. I haven't been doing that before. And then the races are very long compared to traditional skiing. So it'll be very tough in a different way that I'm used to. So I'm very excited to see how my body responds to doing that many races. And getting all that time double poling.
Indeed. We have about 2 minutes left. Any questions from anyone? Please raise your hand. Okay, Maria Valberg, please go ahead.
Hi, Magni, Maria from SVT as well. In terms of the double pulling, as you said, you've spent a lot of time doing it this summer. What's the key for you to get the most efficient double pulling, and where you're at the moment, looking ahead of those longer races going up to then Vasaloppet at 90 kilometers? What's the key for you to get the most efficient double pulling for you?
Well, what I've been practicing most this summer is to manage to do the longer distances, because double pulling on shorter distances it's very fine. I feel strong, I have a good technique, but when I get tired, I seem to collapse somehow. You know, I get a lot of cramps, and it's clearly that my body hasn't been used to it before. So it's been really important to me to work myself up to a level where I can stand longer distances better. And I felt that during Alliansloppet on roller skis, that I did a lot better during that race than I did last season, for example, Marcialonga. So I think that'll be the key for me this winter too, to be strong enough to hold the distance without getting all the cramps all the time. But I feel very strong at the moment, and I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
It'll be an exciting year and season for you and for all of us, and it's good to have you with us for the whole season, not just for a couple of races. And as you said, you have a good chance to fight for the yellow bib as well. So we are really excited. We're pretty much out of time. Thank you very much, Magni. Good luck for this weekend. Good luck for the whole season, and hope to see you high up there in the result lists.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you everyone being part of this, all the people watching this, and of course this weekend will be really great, exciting kickoff to a new season 14 of Ski Classics, and then next Wednesday we'll have another press conference just in front of La Venosta, then the second weekend in the calendar. For now, thank you very much, and let's keep rocking all the way through the season. Bye bye.